The Clinton campaign is also playing a bit of defense. They have launched a new website to hit back at allegations of influence peddling and questionable financial dealings at her family foundation while she served as Secretary of State. This comes in response to the new book, Clinton Cash, released officially yesterday. The site attacks author Peter Schweizer as partisan and claims his book has already been debunked. But as campaign chairman John Podesta writes, we are clear-eyed about the fact that this will not be the last false set of allegations flung our way.
Nick, we were all talking yesterday about how Hillary needs to get out and talk. I think somebody said yesterday that she's had 7 questions asked of her during this campaign and she's answered 2.
Right.
And just trying to go after the author. I mean, Peter Schweizer, right now, he could go off to Vegas and go on an 8-year bender, and it wouldn't change the fact that it's the New York Times now that Howard Dean and James Carville and Clinton Inc. are calling right-wing operatives. The Washington Post, I mean, it was the Post that came up with the 1,100 donors that weren't disclosed. Right. It was the New York Times that's come up with one story after another on this. It was the Boston Globe that came up with stories.
Yeah, and there are these, attacks. He's linked to the Kochs. He's... the truth is, his book is a series of sort of correspondences. That this happened and this money came in, right? He's actually been pretty modest in his claims about how much he has, which I actually kind of respect. He hasn't proven a lot about actual influence peddling, but the book, stands on its own for some of those things, that the lines that it draws between the money and the politics.
But if you're a reporter at the Times, if you're the reporter at the Times, or the Washington Post, or the Wall Street Journal, or the Boston Globe, you look at this and go, wait a second, okay, there may be a story here.
Absolutely.
Let's make a couple calls. And the Clintons' problem this year is they can put up a website and they can say what they always say, but the fact that they're going after the Times now instead of Rush Limbaugh, like they did in the past, and the fact that they're going after the Washington Post instead of the Koch brothers, the fact that, there's no Newt Gingrich boogeyman or Ken Starr. These are the most respected papers
but the
in
whole
America
strategy
is
to attack the presumed source of this material, and Schweizer's book is a source for some stories. There's a lot of reporting on the Clinton Foundation that has nothing to do with Schweizer, right? And there are other strategies to say, well, you haven't caught us at anything really bad, so stop talking about it.
Yeah.
And the third strategy is, how come you guys only talk about the bad stuff and never about the good stuff our foundation does? So like everyone else in the world, they don't like getting bad coverage, they want only good coverage, right?
Right.
So that's been the strategy.
Well, but the thing is,